click Debug menu, Windows and Registers. Just to remember that we just stop the execution of our program through debug option, which was step into the program, and the debugger instantly stopped the program. So let's open the registers, debug, Windows, registers. So these are the registers that we have. I will try to split this view into multiple windows like this, and I typically resize my registers to just create a single column. I just find it easier to use them in this sort of form. Alright, which CPU register contains the address of the next executable instruction? And what's the name of this register? This register is EIP, instruction pointer, and this is the address of the next executable instruction. Let's take a look at the disassembly. Okay, so we're going to right-click somewhere in the source code and say go to disassembly. Okay, so we go to disassembly, and so this is under main, name of our procedure. This is the address where the next executable instruction is going to be, and not a surprise, it's showing byte, hexadecimal byte 90. Okay, so these 16 bytes, let's close the modules for now. So these 16 bytes right here, this set of instructions, is an instruction NOP, no operation. So this is a no operation instruction. So anyway, what we need to do is just we take this value from here, we can copy, right? We can paste it right here, and just say address of the next executable instruction, right? So we can specify what it is. Just use your own format, because after all, I just want you to kind of retain this information. What's the name of this register? Of course, the register name is EIP, which stands for instruction pointer. Okay, so this is what we need to specify in this answer. Right-click your mouse in the source editor view and go to disassembly, which we already did. From the disassembly view, copy and paste the line showing next executable instruction. Okay, so how do we do this? We simply find instruction at this address, which is this view right here. But one quick notice that you can see that in my view, I do not include the source file lines. I just display whatever is being disassembled at whatever address and whatever the disassembled mnemonic of the command is. So in my selections here, I say show address, which is this, show byte codes, which is this, show symbol names, that's if we had some addresses specific to variables in memory, and show toolbar. So that's the toolbar. Okay, so this is the way I display this information in my disassembly view. So the line showing next executable instruction is this. So we basically just have to do this, just copy this, right, and specify it right here. What does this instruction do? And we can look up this instruction in Intel Volume 2 instruction set reference. So this is our question number 7, which we just answered, and it has the second part right here. So let's first save the answers or whatever information we did already, and I'm just going to cancel out of this and go back to our menu and scroll down to our section, which is section number 7 right here. language components of MASM. And these are the reference pages that we need in this laboratory exercise. So for the simplicity, I'll just open these things right here. Open, okay, open the register view and open the reg field. Remember, this is our handout, the reg field from mode register or register memory byte, part of the instruction encoding, right? And then we have volume 2. So I'm going to jump to HTML format. So this is an HTML file that contains official Intel document instruction set reference. And on this list right here, we will be able to find in alphabetical order the instruction set reference. Let me resize this a little so that you can see. You can see that in alphabetical order, all instructions available in x86, right, is in x86. These are all instructions that are available, and we're looking for this instruction no operation, NOP. NOP, so of course it's all in alphabetical order. So right here, number 223 on this list, you can see that this is an instruction set reference. Opcode is 90. Of course, it's a hexadecimal opcode. The instruction name is, or instruction mnemonic is NOP, and description is no operation. This instruction performs no operation. The instruction is a 1-byte instruction that takes up space, simply takes up space in the instruction stream, but does not affect the machine context, except the EIP register, of course, because as we go through all of these instructions, EIP will be changing to the next address of the next instruction. An NOP instruction is an alias mnemonic for exchange EAX instruction. So exchange register with itself. So this is what it does internally, but it's an no operation instruction. So such instruction can be used for padding space in the code segment. Basically, if you want to do some alignments and insert space, basically just insert space into the code segment, you can use the NOP instruction. So let's switch back to our laboratory handout and jump to our next question, which is, what does this instruction do? So you can see that in our instruction set reference, you could just copy and paste this information if you'd like right here. All right, so this is the direct answer provided by Intel instruction set reference document, which is which you can open right here. This is our reference that we can use, and we can just copy and paste this right here, I suppose, right? So this tells us what this is. Just use your own formatting to make it readable. It's up to you how you provide this answer. Right-click on Disassembly window and select Show Code Bytes. Well, I'm already showing code bytes. In your own words, explain what do you see in the Disassembly window. So let's just say that the Disassembly window converts code bytes, which of course are already part of our program. So basically these are instructions that our program executes. And look, there is a return instruction at the end of our program. There's a return instruction, and its operation code is C3. Okay, so just explain that we are seeing our in Disassembly window we see the content of our program from the very beginning of our main entry into our program, and we have a series of no operation instructions, basically 16 of them, and we also see the return instruction, which has the code the opcode C3. So that's what your disassembly window can show you.